It's Wednesday, August 5th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, still unsettled. WestJet won't say if its operations will be fully back to normal today as passengers still try to find their way home. Your top news headlines in just a few moments.
And cheering on our athletes. The Special Olympics Canada Summer Games kick off next week. We'll chat with some of Maritimers heading to Alberta for the competition.
Plus, Local Prosperity 2026. Details on a 4-day festival and conference that's focused on building and shaping our communities. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. It is 6:01, 6:31 if you are in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And it's Wednesday of this short week. So, yeah, you know, you're halfway there. It's always going to get me every single time.
Yeah, the songs.
Yeah.
The songs. Yeah, everything is a song.
Everything's
point.
a song. Yep. It sure is. But, you know.
It's good to have the reminder, though, of what day of the week it is, because sometimes when you have those long weekends, those short work weeks, especially if you're already on those summer vacation vibes, it's like that weird time after Christmas.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, what is the time and day?
All day yesterday, I kept choosing Monday as the option for we have to, like, move things over, and I kept choosing Monday. I was like, nope. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Nope. Tuesday. Nope.
Yeah. Morning shows, we're working in real time and also always working ahead, preparing for the next show.
Yeah.
We've got a jam-packed show lined up for you today as well. Special Olympics Nova Scotia. We're going to be talking about the national games. They're going to be heading out west.
Medicine Hat, Alberta.
I know the athletes have been working very hard training and also fundraising as well to get over there. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking forward to that conversation in our 7 o'clock hour, but also looking forward to the weather today.
Oh,
wow.
It's going to be heating up across the Maritime region. Currently, all 3 Maritime provinces under a heat warning.
I'll take it.
Until Friday.
Let's go. Wow,
temperatures are going to rise. Exactly. A bit cooler to start. It's warm in terms of our current temperatures, but it's feeling a bit cooler. We do have a breezy wind across the region, but temperatures are going to start to rise later this morning into the afternoon for our daytime highs into the low to mid 30s.
Okay, let's go. The wind almost took me out yesterday, though. I
know, right?
I was trying to barbecue, and I was like blowing everywhere. Like my tongs for the flipping the chickens were like flying off, and I had to keep grabbing.
Oh yeah, it was windy yesterday. Yeah, not as bad as yesterday.
Okay,
we are going to see those winds taper down just a bit, but still going to remain pretty gusty into the afternoon. Here's a live look at Charlottetown. 19 degrees to start your day. We are going to see lots of sunshine across the island. 18 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 17 in Fredericton, already 22 in Bathurst, 11 degrees in Labrador City, and 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Keep in mind sun safety as the UV index has now risen to very high across all 3 Maritime provinces. For Newfoundland and Labrador, not going to see a rise in the UV index due to precipitation. Here's a look at the heat warning currently in place for much of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick across Prince Edward Island until Friday. Over to our satellite and radar, not really much to show you in the Maritime region. Sunny skies for all 3 Maritime provinces today. For Newfoundland and Labrador, looking at showers and or drizzle throughout your day. Here's a look at the current wind forecast for the Maritime region. As of right now, sustained wind 39 kilometers per hour into North Cape, 28 into Sydney with 22 in both Moncton and Bathurst. Wind gusts getting up to 41 kilometers per hour in Bathurst, 37 in Sydney with 31 in Grand Etang. We'll take a look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. WestJet won't say if its operations will be fully back to normal today. The airline's disruptions appear to be tapering off after a brief work stoppage by its flight attendants over the long weekend. WestJet has said a full return to normal operations will take time as the airline resumes flying and repositions its aircraft and crews. But as they work to get things up and running, some passengers say they feel left in the dark.
I'm traveling with 5 people, and being able to rebook has been a nightmare to get a hold of anyone from WestJet.
We received an email from WestJet saying that our flight was going to be canceled and that we should receive an itinerary within 2 hours, which we did not.
WestJet told CTV Atlantic in a statement they are resuming operations and entering the recovery phase following a labor disruption. Flights have begun to operate. However, the impacts of the disruption continue as the airline works to restore its network. The airline says people should check the status of their flight before heading to the airport. A Nova Scotia man wanted on a province-wide warrant was arrested in the woods in New Brunswick Tuesday, thanks in part to some vigilante action from local residents. Police arrested Gerard Wade Patriquin in Wood Point, New Brunswick, mid-morning. A warrant for his arrest had been issued in Nova Scotia last week. The 38-year-old is facing several charges, including sexual assault and assaulting a police officer. About a dozen local residents helped the RCMP yesterday.
I told him, give it up. It looks like you had enough. He was tired out. And I imagine he put in 3 pretty bad days around here with the mosquitoes and the heat. He wanted some water. I told him I'd give him some water if he stopped running.
Social media posts warned residents a suspect was on the loose in the area, and photos of a man who were circulated online. Some of those residents wondering why there wasn't an alert ready message sent by police. The New Brunswick RCMP tells CTV News the incident did not meet the criteria for an alert-ready message. A stabbing in uptown St. John over the long weekend has resulted in 2 attempted murder charges. St. John police say they responded to a report of a stabbing on King Street Saturday night. Police say 2 men, a 27 and a 54-year-old, had stab wounds and were taken to hospital.
So a second call came in for a medical call in relation to 2 individuals at a residence on the east side. And when officers arrived at the residence, there was evidence there that linked to the initial call from King Street.
Both individuals from the east side were taken to hospital as well. 1 person remains in hospital in stable condition. The 2 men who were taken to hospital from the uptown were later arrested and appeared in provincial court late Tuesday afternoon. Police say they believe this is an isolated incident. A community group in the Halifax area has sent a proposal to city officials to improve emergency exit routes in Upper Hammonds Plains and Indigo Shores. Those communities were highlighted in a study by the HRM as top priority for emergency connectivity. The Pockwalk Corridor Safe Working Group has written to their local councillor and the mayor, pointing to public safety risks like evacuation, emergency response, and traffic congestion.
People just barely got out during the fires, and that was 3 years ago. And it was a struggle, and it is only by luck that people didn't die. That is not going to happen the next time, unfortunately, and if we do not have better roads to connect us and get us out.
Halifax Mayor Andy Fillmore says the Pockwalk Group has devoted significant time to raise awareness of these issues and bring forward practical solutions, and council has recently advanced work in these areas. Finally, some good news for the wallet. And an unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying less to fill up at the pumps in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Starting with Nova Scotia, Zone 1, gas fell by 10.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.80.2 in the Halifax area. And diesel dropped by 9.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $2.29.8. The Nova Scotia Energy Board said yesterday the adjustment was needed due to a significant shift in the market price. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 7 cents a litre. The maximum price now $1.85.6. And diesel decreased by 6.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.38.4. Prices in PEI did not change overnight, but as we reported, prices in PEI, they change early Tuesday morning. But yeah, big shift, big drop.
Thank goodness.
For Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, yes.
My guardian angels were looking out for me because I'm riding on empty. And I was going to fill up yesterday, and I was like, I'm too lazy.
Good thing.
And so I didn't.
Good thing you didn't.
I know. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, nah, not today. Not today. Yeah. Today, though. Yeah.
Today is the day.
Today is the day. Riding on empty. Ooh, sorry, Keanu. So police have made an arrest after a bizarre joyride in San Diego.
Sitting there drinking some coffee, and I hear loud bangs and booms and glass. I seen him coming down University east in the excavator, bucket dragging.
Yep, so it was caught on camera, a thief taking a backhoe for a spin, you know, as you do. Witnesses say they hit the street signs, street lights, and trees, and all while shirtless. Damage at one business is thought to be worth around $25,000.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so the accused is facing several charges. Note to self, don't steal a backhoe.
Noted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Guess he didn't need any gas in that one.
I guess not. News out of San Diego this morning.
Out of San Diego this morning. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, still ahead on this show, we're going to take a look back at the life and legacy of former CTV national news anchor Lloyd Robertson, who has passed away. We will look back at his remarkable life and legacy. But before that, Latavia has more details on just how hot it's going to get today. Make sure you take some relief and find some shade or somewhere cool to be, because it's going to be a hot one. Yep. Let's take a live look now at the sunrise in the Hub City. Good morning to our viewers in Moncton this morning. We have the forecast for you in just a few moments.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Wednesday. The time now is 6:13. Taking a live look at Corner Brook, a wet, foggy, cloudy start to your day. We are going to see showers throughout your day today, something to keep in mind when you are heading out. Currently 14 degrees in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators, heating up for the Maritime region. As of right now, it is 19 degrees in both Halifax and Charlottetown, 22 starting off your day in Bathurst with 17 in Fredericton, 13 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 15 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a heat warning in place for much of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia across Prince Edward Island. From now until Friday, we are going to see those daytime highs ranging between 30 to 33, feeling closer to 36 to 40, and lows into the overnight hours, 15 to 18 degrees. Over to our forecast timeline. Lots of sunshine for all three maritime provinces. Beautiful beach days are ahead, but make sure to stay hydrated. Keep in mind sun safety, as the UV index has also risen to very high for the maritime region. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador dealing with some wet weather. A chance of showers and or drizzle throughout the day today for much of both those provinces. That takes us into this afternoon. We are going to see increasing cloudiness for the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia, still being left with mainly sunny skies to a mix of sun and cloud. And into tonight, pretty clear skies remain. We are going to see temperatures quite warm into the overnight lows. And that takes us into early Thursday morning. Another sunny, beautiful day is ahead. Another hot day ahead as well. If you're wondering about precipitation, total is going to remain quite light across Labrador. For Newfoundland, looking at around 2 to 10 millimeters. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, look at these daytime highs, ranging from 26 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick, up to 34 today for Miramichi and Moncton. Sunny skies across the province into the afternoon. Wind gusts pick up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs will range from 28 degrees up to 31. A very hot day is ahead. Sunny skies across the island. Wind gusts getting up to 50. A beautiful sunny day ahead in store for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia as well, with daytime highs rising to 27 degrees in Canso, up to 32 in New Glasgow. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in Halifax. Lots of sunshine with increasing cloudiness for the Tri-County area, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. Now for Labrador City, a high of 27 degrees today. Lots of sunshine to start your day. Showers will move in into the afternoon. 20 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at showers and or drizzle, clearing out into the afternoon, but returning into the evening. That's a look at your weather forecast. We're going to throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Lloyd Robertson, the longest-serving news anchor in North America, who led CTV's national newscast for 35 years, passed away Tuesday evening at the age of 92. CTV's Geneviève Beauchemin has more on his remarkable legacy.
So that's the kind of day it's been on this Thursday.
Along with that nightly sign-off.
Hello.
Lloyd Robertson offered generations of viewers a connection to the world.
I'm Lloyd Robertson. We'll see how the world came to Canada.
His authoritative voice was a landmark of the Canadian broadcast landscape for over 6 decades.
I'm Lloyd Robertson, and I used to live here.
Robertson's early years in Stratford, Ontario shaped his lifelong love of news. He recounted he was bitten by the broadcasting bug when he was a boy. He was watching local radio hosts at CJCS describe the Perth Regiment marching home from the Second World War.
This is Lloyd Robertson.
In high school, he got a job at CJCS. And it's also in high school that he met Nancy Barrett. She would become his wife in 1956 and mother of his 4 daughters. Robertson graduated, continued to spin records and read news until he knocked on CBC's door.
I was hired by the CBC. My voice got me through.
He moved to his first TV job in Winnipeg, going national a few months later on Christmas Day, 1956.
Who do you like, Charlotte?
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Robertson then worked in Ottawa before heading to Toronto.
Interrupt this program.
He said he fully understood his role in 1963 with the Kennedy assassination, marking the first big event where people tuned into TV rather than radio for breaking news.
I felt that I was now involved in something that really mattered to people. Television news.
Good evening. President Nixon's state visit to Ottawa.
Robertson worked his way to the CBC's flagship news show, The National. But eventually, he grew frustrated with his editorial role.
I was in the wrong union. I couldn't write. I couldn't edit. I could not participate in any way when I did a daily newscast.
Robertson is leaving the CBC after 22 years.
He signed on to CTV in 1976, co-anchoring with then-host Harvey Kirk.
Good evening. Lloyd Robertson joins us tonight for CTV News.
Bringing, says his longtime friend journalist Craig Oliver, instant credibility.
That's Lloyd's legacy. He took this news department and put it on the map.
The partnership lasted until 1984, when Kirk retired from the anchor desk and Robertson became senior news anchor.
To me, it was the equivalent of being knighted.
Throughout his career, Robertson often said he had the rare privilege of having a front row seat to history.
Here's our summary of Apollo 11's Space Odyssey.
Diana and Charles played their parts. What is there left to say but thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody. Tonight, face-to-face with...
When he retired from the anchor desk in 2011, it marked the end of an era, said then Prime Minister Stephen Harper.
You've been delivering the news since I was barely more than a boy. You've been doing it for so long and so authoritatively. You've almost become part of Canada's geography.
Welcome back to W5.
Robertson continued to work for CTV's W5 for a time and proved in 2018 that you can't take the news out of a news anchor.
And I was able to walk away from this. And it's a pretty bad accident, as accidents go, and of accidents I've covered over the years myself.
That's him reporting live on his own car accident.
Longtime anchor of CTV News, he has gained public trust for his integrity.
He received numerous recognitions, the Order of Canada, a Doctor of Laws from BC's Royal Roads University. A park was named after him.
I'm about to be yesterday's news.
He often said the greatest honor of his life was to chronicle the times, the events that marked Canada and the world for so long.
And that's the kind of day it's been. I'm Lloyd Robertson. For all of us here at CTV News, good night. It strikes me that if you find something you love to do,
Hi, guys.
and you are able to do it, that's about as good as it gets in life.
Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News.
That is a heavy-hitting history moment.
Absolutely.
So now time to go to our heavy hitters at TSN for your must-see moment for today.
Hello there, Kara Wagland in the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. And for it, we head to opening night of League's Cup. Cincinnati taking on Pachuca in the 18th minute. Evander takes one touch, unleashes a curling strike right into the net. A gorgeous finish from the Brazilian, freezing the keeper to the ground and drawing Cincinnati level in the match. They would go on to win, while Evander takes home your must-see moment from Tuesday. And coming up tonight on TSN, the Hlinka Gretzky Cup continues. Canada taking on Sweden. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all for now from SportsCenter. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Now over to our business headlines from our colleagues over at BNN.
It was the fourth straight month that Canada reported a trade surplus. Statistics Canada says total exports hit $77.5 billion in June, with a 16.5% jump in minerals and metals exports. Strength was in gold. But the country exported 10% less energy. Canada imported 59% more computers and computer parts used in data centers. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar's up to 71.09 US. West Texas Intermediate down over $4 to 75.77 US a barrel. Western Canadian Select is up to 66.38. And the TSX shot up 575 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, heating up in New Brunswick today with a high of 33, sunny skies across the province. On Thursday, we're looking at a high of 31, starting off with a mix of sun and cloud, but clouds will clear into the afternoon. 32 degrees on Friday, seeing sunshine to start your day. A low chance of showers will move in into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, heating up to 32 today with lots of sunshine across the province. Sunshine remains in the forecast on Thursday with a high of 31, ending off the work week with 30 degrees and sunny skies. Prince Edward Island, 30 degrees today with sunshine across the island. On Thursday, sunshine remains in the forecast with a high yet again of 30. 29 on Friday, ending off the work week with sunny skies across the island.
Still ahead, the Move Morning Chat, and today we're taking it back in time. What's an old school struggle that kids today would never understand? Join us for that conversation in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. It is 6:30 on your Wednesday morning. It is August 5th. You have Amanda, Brianne, and Latavia with you. Thank you for joining us. It's funny, we were just, I know we're going to get into the conversation in just a few minutes, but my husband and I were talking about this the other day when we went to the movies. Like, we were going to go with our kids. We said, okay, we'll just book tickets in advance on our phone. Great, we have our seats. Remember when you had to go to the movies, not only did you have to go to the newspaper or call the theater to find out show times, but then you actually had to go in this long line
and get
your tickets, and especially to get a good seat.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Harry Potter, the 7th Harry Potter, the first installment of it. I remember waiting in line.
Real? That was the one you remember?
Yeah, to go to see that movie.
Oh my goodness.
See, I always remember the Titanic, being a kid and waiting in line for that.
Wow.
You were allowed to see the Titanic when you were a kid?
I was, yeah.
I wasn't.
Wow.
You weren't allowed to see the Titanic? Well, how come? Do you remember the reasoning?
The sex scene.
Oh.
Fair.
I just remember a steamy car. I didn't think I fully understood the concept when I was that young. Okay, speaking of steam, it's going to be really hot today.
Great segue. Yes, like Amanda mentioned, she is correct. It's going to be quite hot across the Maritime region. We are under a heat warning. Yeah. I'm sweating. All right, here's a live look at the Armdale roundabout this morning. Already 19 degrees to start your day. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for all 3 Maritime provinces. 19 degrees early this morning in Charlottetown with 18 in Moncton. 11 degrees in Labrador City with 15 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at the UV index across the Maritime region, remaining very high for all 3 Maritime provinces today. And here's a look at that heat warning in place for much of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia across Prince Edward Island from now until Friday. So lots of sunshine in the forecast for all 3 Maritime provinces. We do have precipitation, though, expected for Newfoundland and Labrador. A chance of showers and or drizzle expected into your day. In terms of our wind forecast, going to be another breezy day ahead. As of right now, 37 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 22 into Sydney and Canso, 19 in Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 41 in Bathurst, 31 in Canso, and 28 in Charlottetown. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Starting with some good news, an unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying less to fill up at the pumps in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, the Halifax area, gas fell by 10.4 cents a litre, the minimum price now $1.80.2. And diesel dropped by 9.4 cents a litre, the minimum price now $2.29.8. The Nova Scotia Energy Board said yesterday the adjustment was needed due to a significant shift in the market price. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 7 cents a litre. The maximum price now $1.85.6, and diesel decreased by 6.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.38.4. Prices in PEI did not change overnight. WestJet won't say if its operations will be fully back to normal today. The airline's disruptions appear to be tapering off after a brief work stoppage by its flight attendants over the long weekend. WestJet has said a full return to normal operations will take time as the airline resumes flying and repositions its aircraft and crews. But as they work to get things up and running, some passengers say they feel left in the dark.
I'm traveling with 5 people, and being able to rebook has been a nightmare to get a hold of anyone from WestJet.
We received an email from WestJet saying that our flight was going to be canceled and that we should receive an itinerary within 2 hours, which we did not.
WestJet told CTV Atlantic in a statement they are resuming operations and entering the recovery phase following a labor disruption. Flights have begun to operate. However, the impacts of the disruption continue as the airline works to restore its network. The airline says people should check the status of their flight before heading to the airport. A Nova Scotia man wanted on a province-wide warrant was arrested in the woods in New Brunswick Tuesday, thanks in part to some vigilant action from local residents. Police arrested Jared Wade Patriquin in Wood Point, New Brunswick, mid-morning. A warrant for his arrest had been issued in Nova Scotia last week. The 38-year-old is facing several charges, including sexual assault and assaulting a police officer. About a dozen local residents helped the RCMP.
I told him, give it up. It looks like you had enough. He was tired out. And I imagine he put in 3 pretty bad days around here with the mosquitoes and the heat. He wanted some water. I told him I'd give him some water if he stopped running.
Social media posts warned residents a suspect was on the loose in the area, and photos of a man were circulating online. Some are wondering why there wasn't an alert ready message sent by police. The New Brunswick RCMP tells CTV News the incident did not meet the criteria for an alert ready message. A stabbing in uptown St. John over the weekend has resulted in 2 attempted murder charges. St. John police say they responded to a report of a stabbing on King Street Saturday night. Police say 2 men, a 27 and a 54-year-old, had stab wounds and were taken to hospital.
So a second call came in for a medical call in relation to 2 individuals at a residence on the east side. And when officers arrived at the residence, there was evidence there that linked to the initial call from King Street.
Both individuals from the east side were taken to hospital as well. 1 person remains in hospital in stable condition. The 2 men who were taken to hospital from the uptown were later arrested and appeared in provincial court late Tuesday afternoon. Police say this is an isolated incident. Irving Shipbuilding is putting money into more welding and metal fabrication training in Nova Scotia. The company is giving the Nova Scotia Community College $3.2 million to modernize and grow the school's capacity. 20 new welding booths will be created at the school's Acreley campus in Dartmouth, alongside new state-of-the-art metal fabricating gear.
It's always changing. There's new technologies that are coming with the River-class destroyers that are being built at Irving right now. And there will be even newer technology, very complex technology, with the submarines that are to arrive in the 2030s.
These purpose-built facilities, combined with the support and guidance all of you provide, give students the best possible opportunity to succeed as they learn and develop. Your work and these resources are building the future of Canada's marine industry, and I'm proud of the results delivered by Nova Scotia Community College through our long-term partnership.
The welding and metal fabrication shops will now be named after Irving Shipbuilding. The company is a major contractor for Canada's new warship fleet. Finally, it's going to be hot, hot, hot over the next few days. We're sure splash pads around the region will look a lot like this. AKA little ones enjoying the water. These elephants at an Austrian zoo, they're beating the heat wave there by playing in the water, taking a mud bath, and even getting a little shower as well. As we like to say, it's just a good excuse to show some adorable animals on the show. Fun fact, according to the zoo, one of the baby elephants weighs 400 kilograms and is learning to use its trunks by imitating its adult counterparts. Just like us. Isn't that sweet?
They're adorable.
An elephant never forgets.
No, apparently they do not.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, this is what all the kiddos and maybe some adults will be doing today. Splashing around in the water, finding a pool, lake, beach, having the sprinkler on.
Yeah.
Elephants also too, almost like dogs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute. Yeah, that's definitely where you want to be today. But we'll keep it with the animal theme. A young horse lover in the southwest of Ontario is rising through the ranks as in the world of barrel racing.
Yeah, I want to see how far I can get and try to make a career out of it somehow and see where that goes.
13-year-old Hannah and her horse Ellie have spent the past 2 years running barrel races all over southern Ontario and the National Horse Association circuit. Recent results earned them a spot at the World Championship in Georgia earlier this month. She trains for several hours a day for 4 or 5 times a week. And as you heard, she only hopes to go pro one day. I don't know if she wants to do that today because it's hot.
Oh my gosh, very hot. Riding a horse too in the heat, that's tough.
Oh yeah.
Barrel racing, so fun. Did you guys ever do horseback riding? You did horseback riding.
Yeah, taught horseback riding for years at a barn called Wingate Farms, which is no longer in Beaver Bank, Nova Scotia. It's gone now. It's gone there. Fun story. I was there for an auction when they were closing up the barn, and that is the first time I met Jason Baxter's dad because he's very involved in the horse scene.
Oh, yes.
As well. So no shock I met him at a stable.
Right? Makes sense.
Horseback riding?
Yeah, I used to when I was a young girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I got a week of horseback riding. I was more interested in the cats, but you know, here we are.
Right? Love a scrappy barn cat. Right? Okay, still ahead. We're going to Hollywood for your entertainment headlines. But before that, it's the Move Morning Chat. And today we want to know if you can name a struggle that you used to have, that you were younger, that the kids today would just not understand. That conversation's up next.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:43 on your Wednesday morning. We're taking a live look at St. John, New Brunswick. 15 degrees to start your day, but temperatures will be rising, heating up into the afternoon for our daytime highs and lots of sunshine in store for you today. Already seeing some warm temperatures for parts of the Maritime region. 19 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 17 in Yarmouth, 19 degrees in Charlottetown, already 22 in Bathurst, 11 degrees in Labrador City, and 15 starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have some heat moving into the Maritime region. Because of that, we have heat warnings in effect for parts of all 3 Maritime provinces. From now until Friday, looking at daytime highs ranging from 30 to 33, going to feel up to 40 degrees, and those lows for tonight, 15 to 18. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Lots of sunshine for all 3 Maritime provinces today. Going to be a very hot day ahead, so make sure to stay hydrated, practice sun safety as well. For Newfoundland and Labrador, not so much the case. We are going to see some warmer temperatures, but for the most part, we're looking at a foggy, cloudy, and wet day ahead. Showers and/or drizzle expected for both those provinces. And then for the afternoon, increasing cloudiness for the Tri-County area, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud, though. And that takes us into tonight. Temperatures remain relatively warm into the overnight hours. Pretty clear skies for all 3 Maritime provinces. Into our forecast for Thursday, another hot, sunny day is ahead. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light for Labrador, but we are going to see accumulation for Newfoundland, looking at around 2 to 10 millimeters. For forecast today for New Brunswick, heating up across the province today, ranging from 26 degrees in St. John up to 34 in both Miramichi and Moncton. Sunny skies today with wind gusts into the afternoon of up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs will range from 28 degrees in Surrey up to 31. Lots of sunshine across the island today and wind gusts getting up to 50. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also going to be a beautiful, sunny, but very hot day ahead. Daytime highs ranging from 23 degrees in Cheticamp up to 32 in New Glasgow. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, sunshine remains in the forecast as well. Daytime highs between 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in Halifax, wind gusts getting up to 40. Pretty warm day ahead for Labrador City with a daytime high of 27. We are going to see sunshine to start your day, increasing cloudiness with showers moving in this afternoon. 20 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at showers and or drizzle expected throughout your day today. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Time now for the Move Morning Chat with Crash and Sarah. This morning we're asking you, what is an old school struggle that would break the youth today? Crash, Sarah, tell us, what is your old school struggle?
Well, it's funny. This comes up a lot. Obviously, I have two young kids, 11 and 13, and the immediacy with which they need all of the information because they've got it at their fingertips. Like, they'll ask a question, and if I don't know the answer, I'll be like, oh, I'm not sure. Search it up. Search it up. That's what they say to me all the time. And I'm like, when I was a kid, you know, and as I'm sure you remember, it'd be like, you just have to believe what somebody told you. And that was it. That was, it was just like, oh, no, I think it's this. You have an argument back and forth. No, this is the answer. No, that. You just have to agree to disagree and figure out, well, now they can just search it up right away. Search it up, they say.
If you had the old school encyclopedias, you could go and look into those and try and find the answer. But other than that, yeah, no, not readily available.
No, we
look
didn't really
in a book. What are you talking about?
When I think of this too, it's so hard to believe we are the same people who had to go through LimeWire for music, for example. To go through 6 different versions of a song, downloading at 40 minutes each with your dial-up internet, if you were lucky, only to find none of them didn't have Bill Clinton in the background. You know, if you know, you know, right?
Yep.
I fear none of us would be strong enough for that these days. It's wild to think about.
It's so true. It's so true. Literally, we were talking about Neo and Akon right before this and the amount of those songs that I downloaded and then it wasn't the right version and you're like, and I have to start again. I'm actually going to go one step farther back from you and record off of the radio on a cassette tape, right?
100%.
Waiting for Rick Dees in the weekly top 40 for the top 5 songs so that you could get your mixtape to be as perfect as possible, but then missing the start of the song and be like, no, I have to wait till tomorrow.
Or to have the DJ talk over the intro of the song, which, you know, now that we're into it, it's like, oh.
Yeah. So I'm keeping on that music theme and doing the waiting, record. And you're like, okay. And then you have to stop it at the right time so that you're not playing over it. So that would be fun. Yeah.
Recording your voicemail with music in it. My mom used to get so mad at me. She's like, this is our house phone. You know that, right? So funny. I was going to throw it back to using MapQuest for directions. Paper to get somewhere while driving.
Yeah.
I used to zoom in on it just to have this big bold print just to know where I'm going. Where are we going now? What turn?
Yeah.
Or
even print those off.
Yeah, or even taking out a map. You know, you give a kid today a map.
Yes.
No, it's a wrap. That is a wrap. Oh my gosh, such great answers. I love that we're all on the same page. That makes me very, very happy. So we're going to throw that out to you, our viewers. We want to know, what is an old school struggle that the kids today just couldn't deal with? If you have never texted us, text us at 10400 and of course choose that Atlantic option.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Time now is 6:53, so it's a perfect time to go to Hollywood.
Absolutely.
Oi,
Welcome back.
Ted Lasso is back on the small screen today. The first episode of season 4 is out on Apple TV, with the rest of the episodes releasing weekly. This season follows Jason Sudeikis' Ted as he coaches a women's soccer team. Bowen Yang is heading to the stage to join the cast of Oh Mary. The former SNL star will make his debut as Mary Todd Lincoln on September 15th. The comedy play reimagines the former First Lady as a wannabe cabaret star. Organizations funded by Leonardo DiCaprio and Jeff Bezos have launched a $200 million initiative to revive 100 of Earth's most threatened species. DiCaprio's Rewild and the Bezos Earth Fund are leading the Phoenix Species Project, which they call the largest single fund in history exclusively dedicated to the effort. And happy birthday to director James Gunn, who turned 60 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A young skipper is setting out to inspire more women to move up the ranks in sailing.
Yes, Jasmine Pernod will be the youngest skipper at a race in Quebec called the Sailor Off 400, launching August 6th. CTV's Genevieve Beauchemin reports.
Jasmine Pernod is setting sail on an adventure and aiming to inspire women to get on board and lead in the racing world. The 17-year-old Quebecer will be the youngest skipper of a 7-member crew in a world where few women are at the helm. This for a 400 nautical mile competition spanning the Gulf of St. Lawrence and the estuary.
I want to prove that we can all do it. I got almost a all-women crew beside Daniel.
Danielle Bérubé is an experienced sailor and instructor with Féminin Jeunesse. That's a program teaching teenage girls to sail to develop leadership skills and self-confidence. Pernod had never sailed before she enrolled at age 15. Bérubé taught her the ropes and saw she was strong-willed and a quick learner.
She just took charge of the boat. All I did, I was standing at the helm and she was going, okay, girls, fix this.
Bérubé and Pernod have since navigated almost 6,000 nautical miles together. And Bérubé will be Pernod's second in command on the inaugural Saint Laurent 400.
It's very technical on the St. Lawrence and also the commercial traffic. Choosing your best route with the currents is very hard.
Pernod has raised funds to pay for costs like renting a boat, docking fees, and says it's all worthwhile to experience the thrill and adventure of the sailing race.
Freedom, it brings me confidence. After that race, I will know that I can do it.
And after the race, she will launch a new chapter, enrolling in a maritime training school. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Vaudreuil-sur-le-Lac, Quebec.
It's Wednesday, August 5th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, we'll have details on how residents in the New Brunswick community helped RCMP make an arrest. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the Special Olympics Summer Games. It's time to cheer on our athletes. Details on the big competition kicking off next week. That's coming up in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday, midweek already. It's kind of wild.
Midweek, we're August.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true too.
Wild times ahead, yeah. Yeah.
Heating up.
Heating up.
Yes.
August weather.
Yes. Feeling the heat finally. Some may not be liking over the next couple of days because of how hot it's going to get. But just make sure to stay hydrated, like you mentioned earlier, Amanda. Maybe get some shade, cool off in ways that you can do so.
Give me the sun.
For us, bake me in the heat.
Yeah, I'm a little see-through right now. So.
Oh my gosh. I know there's one thing I've learned about doing the Lifeline over the past few years is that there are some recurring themes in terms of if it's getting too hot, like don't do the big exercise when sun's at its peak between 10 and 2. And
that's unfortunate.
And if you don't have air conditioning, it's unfortunate. Yeah.
That's when we're off, you know? So
oh, that for us.
Go to the game at 12.
You'll be inside though in air conditioning, like running outside.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. I have young babies, right? Toddlers. So for us, we can't really do too much for too long with them outside, which is unfortunate as well.
Yeah.
That
It's
can be
hot one. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hot, hot, hot. Is the sun shining right now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Beautiful.
look at that. Beautiful sunrise in Parsboro this morning. 16 degrees to start your day. Going to be a 31 degrees into the afternoon for your daytime high. You are currently under that heat warning as well. 19 degrees to start your day in Halifax and Charlottetown. 22 degrees in Bathurst with 17 in Fredericton. 12 degrees in Cartwright and 14 into St. Anthony. Also keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out. The UV index has now jumped up to very high across all 3 Maritime provinces, with this heat warning in place until Friday as well. Pretty warm temperatures heading our way, and then factor in that humidity into the afternoon as well. Sunshine for all 3 Maritime provinces today throughout the day. Newfoundland and Labrador are going to see a bit of wet weather, a chance of showers and or drizzle expected, especially into the afternoon, picking up for parts of Newfoundland. In terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit breezy into the afternoon as well. As of right now, 37 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 22 in Sydney and Canso, 19 in Bathurst. Wind gusts getting up to 41 in Bathurst, 31 in Canso, and 28 in Charlottetown. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying less to fill up at the pumps in both Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. In Nova Scotia, Zone 1, gas fell by 10.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.80.2. And diesel dropped by 9.4 cents a litre. The minimum price to $29.8. Nova Scotia Energy Board said yesterday the adjustment was needed due to a significant shift in the market price. In New Brunswick, gas fell by 7 cents a litre. The maximum price now $1.85.6, and diesel decreased by 6.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.38.4. Prices in PEI did not change overnight. WestJet won't say if its operations will be fully back to normal today. The airline's disruptions appear to be tapering off after a brief work stoppage by its flight attendants over the long weekend. WestJet has said a full return to normal operations will take time as the airline resumes flying and repositions its aircraft and crews. But as they work to get things up and running, some passengers say they feel left in the dark.
I'm traveling with 5 people, and being able to rebook has been a nightmare to get a hold of anyone from WestJet.
We received an email from WestJet saying that our flight was going to be canceled and that we should receive an itinerary within 2 hours, which we did not.
WestJet told CTV Atlantic in a statement they are resuming operations and entering the recovery phase following a labor disruption. Flights have begun to operate. However, the impacts of the disruption continue as the airline works to restore its network. The airline says people should check the status of their flight before heading to the airport. A Nova Scotia man wanted on a province-wide warrant was arrested in the woods in New Brunswick on Tuesday, thanks in part to some vigilant action from local residents. Police arrested Jared Wade Patriquin in Wood Point, New Brunswick, mid-morning. A warrant for his arrest had been issued in Nova Scotia last week. The 38-year-old is facing several charges, including sexual assault and assaulting a police officer. About a dozen local residents helped the RCMP.
I told him, give it up. It looks like you had enough. He was tired out. And I'm amazing he put in 3 pretty bad days around here with the mosquitoes and the heat. He wanted some water. I told him I'd give him some water if he stopped running.
Social media posts warned residents a suspect was on the loose in the area, and photos of a man were being circulated online. Some are wondering why there wasn't an alert-ready message sent by police. The New Brunswick RCMP tells CTV News the incident did not meet the criteria for an alert-ready message. Drivers in Halifax will soon have another major road construction project to get around. Next week, inbound lanes on a section of Bayers Road will be shut down until 2028. And as CTV's Jonathan McGuinness tells us, it's all to expand dedicated bus lanes.
For the next 2 years, motorists heading onto Halifax's peninsula along Bayers Road will have a decision to make on how to get around another construction project.
I think there will be disruptions.
Work to widen the stretch between Connaught Avenue and Windsor Street will be closed to inbound traffic. Outbound traffic will not be affected.
This section of Bayers Road will have a total of 4 lanes. 2 of those on the inside will be for general traffic, 1 in each direction. And on the curb side, there will be dedicated bus lanes.
That will connect with bus lanes already in place on the other section of Bayers Road. Transportation professor Ashan Habib hopes the city continues to expand bus lanes.
It needs to extend it far beyond the current plan to connecting to the Scotia Square area, downtown core.
But that is down the road a few years. So with 40,000 motorists using Bayers Road every day, right now residents on side streets are concerned about increased traffic through their neighborhoods.
I don't know what we can do. It would be nice if we had a couple of speed bumps.
City officials say they're working with the contractor on a traffic plan that will hopefully keep vehicles off of small streets.
We're certainly trying to make sure that the vast majority of traffic follows the marked detour route that goes on the more major routes through the peninsula.
The project is costing a little more than $17.5 million and coincides with major work being done on the Windsor Street Exchange. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, that work starting next week. That's a busy area of the city of Halifax. They've spent previous years expanding those bus lanes right before the Halifax Shopping Centre if you're coming in from the highway. So now that's going to extend where that old gas station used to be in the Tim Hortons there. So heads up, that's going to take a while.
Yikes.
Road work ahead.
Road work ahead. Watch out for those signs. So the MLB trade deadline may have passed, but this star player is staying on the Pitt roster.
Oh, it's even more beautiful than I imagined. Those of you that don't know, my mother was born in Pittsburgh. My parents met in Pittsburgh. They both went to college in Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. Thank you for being so kind to us and letting us come and film in your beautiful city. I've learned a lot about Pittsburgh.
Noah Weil has his very own bobblehead. The bobblehead was given out during a Pittsburgh Pirates game. Weil stars as, of course, Dr. Robbie on the pit, so it's very fitting for his fictional home city.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You do it for Abbott Elementary next.
Have you guys seen the pit?
No.
No, I have not.
I binged all 3 seasons in about 5 days.
I've heard rave reviews.
Best medical show I've ever watched. And I watched Grey's Anatomy and I watched DR. Best medical show I've ever watched. Hands down.
Oh my God. You know it's going to be better than House.
You know?
Scrubs.
House.
Scrubs is hilarious.
House, I've watched I love medical shows.
Wow.
Love. Best medical show I've ever watched.
I have not heard a single negative thing about that show.
Yeah, because it's fantastic.
Watch on Crave.
Dr. Robbie. Let's go.
All right, still ahead. If you missed the forecast, it is going to be really hot today and for the rest of the work week. Latavia has the details on just how hot it's going to get. Plus, we'll have a look at your national news headlines. And then we're talking about the national games. How hot is it going to be in Alberta?
Not as hot as here.
Not as hot as here, at least right now. Our friends at Special Olympics Nova Scotia, they're going to be joining us before they head out west for the Summer Games. We will be right back after a short break, but don't go anywhere. It is 7:09, taking a live look at Truro this morning. What beautiful sunshine we have there. The forecast is next.
Whoa. Beautiful sunrise starting off your day over in Chester. Quite breathtaking this morning. 7:12 to start your day. As of right now, it is 18 degrees in your area already, and it's going to be heating up further. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 20 degrees right now in Charlottetown with 19 in Halifax. 23 degrees in Bathurst with 15 starting off your day in Fredericton. 12 degrees right now in Labrador City. 17 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Currently seeing the Maritimes under a heat warning from now until Friday. Daytime highs will range from 30 to 33, feeling closer to 36 to 40 degrees with humidity, and lows for tonight 15 to 18. So here's a look at our forecast timeline. Lots of sunshine for all 3 Maritime provinces today. Going to be a very hot and muggy day ahead, so make sure to stay hydrated, practice sun safety when heading out. The UV index is also jumping up to very high today. Now for Newfoundland and Labrador, we are going to see some wet weather tracking across both those provinces today. A chance of showers and or drizzle expected for both. Into the afternoon, much of the same is expected. We are going to see that shower activity continue to spread across Newfoundland, and that takes us into tonight. Pretty clear skies remain for much of the Maritime region. Warm lows for tonight, so still going to feel quite sticky and muggy. And that will take us into Thursday morning. A beautiful, hot, sunny day is ahead, but just keep in mind sun safety and hydration. Can't stress that enough, as we are still going to remain under that heat warning until Friday. For our precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for Labrador. We are going to see around 5 to 10 millimeters expected for Corner Brook and Gander. And taking a look now at our forecast for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 26 degrees in St. John up to 34 in Miramichi and Moncton. Lots of sunshine across the province, wind picking up into the afternoon with gusts of 40. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs will range from 28 degrees in Surrey up to 31 today. Lots of sunshine across the island, wind gusts getting up to 50. So beautiful sunshine in store for Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia as well. Daytime highs ranging from 23 degrees in Cheticamp up to 32 in New Glasgow, wind gusts of 50. For the rest of Nova Scotia, also going to see a sunny, hot day ahead with highs ranging from 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in Halifax. For Labrador City, also going to be quite a warm day ahead with a high of 26 today. Sunny start to your day with showers moving in into the afternoon. 21 for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at showers and a drizzle on and off throughout the day today. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is your Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. And in the province of New Brunswick, campfires are currently allowed. For the province of Nova Scotia, if you're in the Annapolis Valley or on the South Shore, or in Cape Breton County or Richmond County, you are allowed to have a campfire between around 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. The rest of Nova Scotia with campfires allowed between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. And for the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently allowed, but no domestic brush burning. Remember to check in on municipal restrictions and bylaws and never leave a campfire unattended.
Thank you, Kaylin. Canadian broadcasting icon Lloyd Robertson has died at the age of 92.
So that's the kind of a day it's been.
His celebrated career began in radio in 1952 and later anchored CBC's national newscast before joining CTV, where he became chief anchor and senior editor. Signing off with, "That's the kind of day it's been." Known for his credibility and hands-on journalism, Robertson covered defining events, including the September 11th attacks, and became a trusted mentor to generations of reporters. His honors included the Order of Canada, Canada's Walk of Fame, and multiple Lifetime Achievement Awards before he left the anchor desk in 2011. Canada U.S. Trade Minister and Beauséjour MP Dominic LeBlanc is back in Washington for trade talks. It comes as looming threats of more U.S. tariffs are just 2 weeks away. CTV's Joy Malbin reports.
Canada's trade team posted this the last time around, proof of their meeting with U.S. Trade Ambassador Jameson Greer. The talk so urgent, so sensitive, the Canadian delegation put out a statement saying they're back in Washington to talk some more.
We're in a hard set of talks right now. I certainly understand why Minister LeBlanc and Chief Negotiator Charette and Ambassador Wiseman are being very, very discreet and very cautious about what they say and do publicly. This administration has been mercurial. It is unpredictable at the best of times.
These talks unfolding against President Donald Trump's latest pressure tactic.
Mexico and Canada need us. We don't need them. The deal is important for them. It's not important for us.
As the clock ticks down to yet another Trump tariff, a threatened 50% aimed at Canadian goods, $20 billion in exports at risk starting August 19th. Retaliation, Washington says, for what it calls discriminatory Canadian treatment of U.S. goods. But having seen his fair share of hardball trade negotiations, former Finance Minister Ralph Goodale remains optimistic.
We're in the top 3 markets in the world for 47 of the American states. So obviously, despite the bluster, despite the arguments to the contrary on the American side, Canada is very critically important to the Americans.
And tonight, Omar, the minister's office confirming Dominic LeBlanc will still be in Washington tomorrow, meeting with business leaders and key senators who can help advance Canada's cause with the Trump administration.
CTV's Joy Malvin reporting in Washington. We're going to have another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll get details on the Special Olympics, Canada National Summer Games, and the athletes getting ready for Alberta. That's next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is 7:22 and the 2026 Special Olympics Canada National Summer Games are being held in Medicine Hat, Alberta on August 11th to 15th. Team Nova Scotia is made up of 78 athletes and 38 coaches, caddies, and mission staff who will be walking the opening ceremonies. And here to tell us more are Ellie Hearn from Team Nova Scotia Female Soccer and Krista Wadman, Director of Events and Communications. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This is so exciting. So Krista, what is the makeup of the team and what sports will Nova Scotia be competing in this year?
We are competing in 9 of the 10 sports. So we have athletics, track and field, we have bocce, basketball, softball, soccer, co-ed and female, swimming, and I think I'm forgetting one.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
You did really good for this time of day.
Yeah, we have 9 out of the 10, but we are sending 10 teams. So we have 2 soccer teams this year.
Amazing. So with all of the coaches and the athletes, how has that coordination been?
It's been a lot. As you mentioned, we have 78 athletes, 38 coaches, mission staff, caddies going. Getting everybody together has been a great time. We've had some training camps, in-person meetings, virtual meetings. It's been a lot of work, but it'll all come to fruition on Sunday when we get to the airport.
Fair enough. Yeah. We're excited for you for that. Ellie, how long have you been involved with Special Olympics?
This will be my 5th year now. I've been part of it for as long as I can remember now.
Amazing, amazing. So soccer is your #1 sport.
Yes.
But you also partake in swimming and other events?
And paddling.
Okay.
Hiking.
How did you get involved?
My mother worked with another mother from swimming that was part of Special Olympics. So then she said, why don't you give it a shot?
And here we are ever since?
Yeah.
So obviously something draws you back in every single time. What is it about being part of the community?
Just how accepting and how diverse everyone is and how great it is to meet other athletes and different people.
Amazing. What's your position for soccer?
I play striker or winger.
All right, so you like to score goals. I love it. I was the person that you would score the goals on. So complete opposite end of the spectrum for us. Krista, what's the process of how athletes are selected for Team Nova Scotia?
So they would have had to compete at our last summer game, so in 2025. And then depending if it's a team sport or if it is an individual sport. So individual sports, you have a point system based on how you do within those sports, and then team sports is based on results as well. With a lot of people competing at once, sometimes it is like the 7 gold medal winning teams are pulled out of a hat. And then depending on if you're a swimmer or a track athlete and you are competing in a handful of events, you get points on how you score on those events.
Amazing. I love it so much. So, Ellie, how have you been preparing for these games?
I've been training about a few times a week with my regional co-ed team, as well as swimming a few times a week with the Special Olympics team.
Amazing. I love it. Lots of practice, lots of training. You're set.
Yes.
Yes.
You're ready to take home gold.
Knock on wood.
I love it. All right, Krista, quickly here for people who want to join Special Olympics, how can they do that?
They can give us a call. They can go on our website. They can follow us on social media, Special ONS, and reach out. We'll answer any questions. Then we'll connect you to the region that you live in. We have 15 regions across Canada, across Nova Scotia, and we'll connect you with the right person to get you started.
Amazing. We've also linked that website to ours as well so that you have easy access. We wish you all the best. We cannot wait to see what you guys do and accomplish at the games. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, we will take a quick break in Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back after this.
I thought that was going to go a lot shitty.
Still ahead, building and shaping our communities through skill sharing. The local Prosperity Festival and Conference is in Tatamagouche in just a few days. We'll chat with a very talented bench builder and get details on how you can learn how to do this too. That's coming up this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. It is 7:30, 8 o'clock if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. Your usual suspects, Amanda and Latavia. I did that opposite because I was doing it
in reverse.
In reverse. But your usual suspects are here, and me. Hello.
If we're the usual suspects, what does that make Brianne?
I don't know. An unusual suspect.
An unusual? No, never unusual.
No.
Never, ever.
Smooth.
Smooth operator.
Okay.
So how are your woodworking skills, would you say?
Absolutely deplorable. That is not my forte.
That is okay.
However, I'm excited to learn.
Yeah, this festival that's happening, it's going to be in Tatamagouche, and it's going to start tomorrow.
Yes.
Run for 4 days.
Yep.
Sounds like it's got a bit of everything, but like a lot of hands-on learning if you want to try a new skill.
Which is so cool. Honestly, being able to build something, there's just such a sense of accomplishment.
There is, honestly. I loved woodworking class.
See, look at how amazing that is. I loved, what were they called? I didn't do woodworking, but it was like along those lines, you know.
Okay.
And I learned how to make a keychain, and we did like mini shelves and stuff. But when I build my IKEA furniture, I usually feel very well accomplished.
Especially using those photos. Yeah.
It's got the little diagram, the cartoon.
Yeah. Like, what does this mean? Which screw?
So I feel like this is going to be a way better lesson than an IKEA sheet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like once you learn how to do something like that, you're like, wow, I can really do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I am woman. Hear me roar.
See? We love it. We love it. Is it going to be a good day for woodworking outside?
In increments.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on where you are. We are under a heat warning for the Maritime region. Much of the Maritime's heating up today, so something to keep in mind when you are heading out or have something to do in the outdoors. Make sure to take some breaks when you're doing so. Here's a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland. A cloudy start to the day. We are seeing a bit of sunshine early this morning, though, but we do have showers and or drizzle moving in later this morning and into the afternoon. 17 degrees to start your day in St. John's, Newfoundland, 19 degrees in Halifax, 20 in Charlottetown with 15 in Fredericton, 12 degrees in Labrador City. Keeping in mind sun safety as well when you are heading out today. The UV index is tracking very high across all 3 maritime provinces. Here's a look at that heat warning that is currently in place from now until Friday for much of the Maritimes. And over to our satellite and radar sunshine for all 3 maritime provinces today. Going to be quite hot into the afternoon for our daytime highs. Newfoundland and Labrador dealing with a bit of precipitation. A chance of showers for parts of Labrador. Showers and or drizzle for Newfoundland. And for our wind forecast, as of right now, sustained wind at 35 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 30 into Canso, 26 in Sydney with 22 in Grand Etang. Wind gusts getting up to 41 in Canso this morning, 39 kilometers per hour in Bathurst, and 28 in Charlottetown. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. WestJet won't say if its operations will be fully back to normal today. The airline's disruptions appear to be tapering off after a brief work stoppage by its flight attendants over the long weekend. WestJet has said a full return to normal operations will take time as the airline resumes flying and repositions its aircraft and crews. But as they work to get things up and running, some passengers say they feel left in the dark.
I'm traveling with 5 people, and being able to rebook has been a nightmare to get a hold of anyone from WestJet.
We received an email from WestJet saying that our flight was going to be canceled and that we should receive an itinerary within 2 hours, which we did not.
WestJet told CTV Atlantic in a statement they're resuming operations and entering the recovery phase following a labor disruption. Flights have begun to operate. However, the impacts of the disruption continue as the airline works to restore its network. The airline says people should check the status of their flight before heading to the airport. A stabbing in Uptown St. John over the weekend has resulted in 2 attempted murder charges. St. John police say they responded to a report of a stabbing on King Street on Saturday night. Police say 2 men, a 27 and a 54-year-old, had stab wounds and both were taken to hospital.
So a second call came in for a medical call in relation to 2 individuals at a residence on the east side. And when officers arrived at the residence, there was evidence there that linked to the initial call from King Street.
Both individuals from the east side were taken to hospital as well. 1 person remains in hospital in stable condition. Meantime, the 2 men who were taken to hospital from the uptown were later arrested and appeared in provincial court late yesterday afternoon. Police say this is an isolated incident. You may have noticed cigarette packages have a bold new look, and it's not pretty. Graphic photos depict the devastating health effects of smoking, from explicit images of cancer to heart disease and addiction. And as CTV's Ryan McDonald reports, the images aim to make smokers quitters.
The images are not pretty, but photos like these can now be seen on cigarette packages in stores across the country.
I started smoking when I was 13, and I quit in 2016.
Candace Paul smoked for more than 20 years. I showed her the new photos today and asked what she would have thought of them back during the height of her habit.
I still would have agreed with them. Even when I was smoking a pack and a half a day, I didn't like the way it smelled. I didn't like the way it tasted. I didn't like the way it made me feel. But I was addicted, so I kept doing it.
A picture says 1,000 words.
Not surprisingly, the Canadian Cancer Society gives a thumbs up to this new round of health warnings, which include graphic depictions of things like colon cancer, a person after open heart surgery, and a stroke. When asked if these pictures might be too graphic, they said the results from photos like these over the past 25 years speak for themselves.
There are now 140 countries in the world that have implemented these picture-based health warnings following the Canadian example in 2001. If they weren't effective, we wouldn't be seeing so many countries worldwide doing this.
The Canadian Cancer Society adds that smoking rates have fallen from 26% nationwide a quarter century ago to just 11% today, though numbers remain a bit higher than that in Atlantic Canada. Also, 6 new messages appear on each cigarette itself now.
It may be that a kid who's experimenting will borrow or obtain a cigarette from a friend, may not see the package, but they'll see that warning on a cigarette.
Back in Membertou, Candace Paul has enjoyed a more active lifestyle since quitting smoking and figures these new labels might help some others make a similar change.
If it can get one person to stop smoking or one person to not start, I think it's worth it.
Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Cox Heath, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Ryan. Finally, an unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying less to fill up at the pumps in both Nova Scotia and New Brunswick this morning. Starting with Nova Scotia Zone 1, the Halifax area, gas fell by 10.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.80.2. And diesel dropped by 9.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $2.29.8. The Nova Scotia Energy Board said yesterday the adjustment was needed due to a significant shift in the market price. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 7 cents a litre. The maximum price now $1.85.6. And diesel decreased by 6.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.38.4 a litre. Prices in Prince Edward Island did not change overnight.
Well, there you have it.
A little cheaper, still expensive.
Still expensive.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with all of those ramifications. But you know what? I will take a 10 cents decrease. So,
Take over an increase.
Yep, exactly.
I remember back in the day.
Back in the day.
When my dad was worried when gas reached the $1 mark. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And how that was making news headlines?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now we've doubled it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Speaking
Sign
of the
of the
past.
times.
Yeah, sign of the times. Also, too, when the gas attendants, when they had to go out and physically, manually change the price of gas.
Kids today could never.
Kids today could never. Brings us to the Move Morning Chat. We are bringing up to you, name an old school struggle that would break people today. Kids these days just never would understand. 10400 is the number.
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, don't go anywhere. Just go fill your coffee like I'm about to do, because we have lots still on this show.
Yeah, maybe get an iced coffee because it's hot, hot, hot out there today. Latavia has the latest look at the forecast. Plus, how are your building skills? If you're interested in learning more or learning at all, we're going to chat with a talented bench builder about a community-focused festival and conference happening in Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia, in just a few days. We'll have those details just ahead.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:43. A perfect beach day is ahead. Here's a live look at Somerville. Beautiful clear skies early this morning. 15 degrees to start your day, but don't worry, temperature is expected to rise. A high of 32 in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures already beginning to rise for parts of the Maritime region. 19 degrees to start your day in Halifax with 20 into Charlottetown. 23 degrees in Bathurst with 15 degrees in Fredericton. 12 starting off your day in Labrador City. 17 right now in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a heat warning in effect for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. From now until Friday, we are going to see those temperatures begin to rise, feeling closer to 36 to 40 degrees, and our lows for tonight tracking around 15 to 18 over the next couple of days. So clear skies for all 3 maritime provinces, lots of sunshine with heat warnings in place. Keep this in mind when you are heading out. Practice sun safety. Stay hydrated when you are heading out and soaking up that sunshine. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador, we are going to see precipitation for both those provinces. A bit of sunshine for parts of Labrador, but for the most part, seeing a chance of showers move in, and also showers and or drizzle for Newfoundland. Into the afternoon for the Tri-County area, increasing cloudiness still being left, though, with a mix of sun and cloud. That takes us into tonight. Warm lows expected. Pretty clear skies remain, and that will take us into our forecast for Thursday. Another sunny, hot, muggy day is ahead. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light for Labrador, seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters expected for Corner Brook and into Gander. For our forecast today, above seasonal daytime highs for much of the province, ranging from 26 degrees in St. John up to 34 in Miramichi and Moncton. Sunshine across the province, wind gusts picking up to 40 into the afternoon. A hot day is ahead for Prince Edward Island as well. Daytime highs between 28 degrees in Surrey up to 31 for the rest of the province. Sunshine with wind gusts getting up to 50. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also going to be a lovely beach day ahead, heating up ranging from 23 degrees in Cheticamp up to 32 in New Glasgow. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, also going to heat up today, 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in Halifax, a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon for the Tri-County area. For Labrador City, also going to be quite a warm day ahead. Above seasonal daytime high of 26 in Labrador City. Sunny skies start off the day. A shower is expected into the afternoon. 21 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at showers and or drizzle on and off throughout the day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
Thanks, Latavia. Not a bad day to be outside, and this is your chance to try your hand at woodworking and improving your community. Tomorrow marks the start of a 4-day festival and conference in Tatamagouche. It's called Local Prosperity 2026, and it features hands-on workshops and local keynote speakers with a focus on strengthening community-led projects. So here to tell us more is Michael McLean, one of the workshop leaders for bench building and designer and co-founder of OSO Planning and Design. Good morning, Michael.
Hi.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, happy to be here.
So this is exciting. Why is teaching people how to build these kind of benches important?
I mean, I think we're really excited to be at the conference and festival this weekend. We're a small studio that does all sorts of planning and design work across the Maritimes, everything from community planning down to benches and public art at this scale. And it's really exciting because I think we see a lot of hopelessness in our communities about change and how to build these things together. And so when we can come together, share skills to actually learn how to build and design and build these kinds of benches and planters, it gives people that sense of hope that they can have the confidence to actually create something for their community, figure out where it's going together, and kind of take a bit of that agency back to sort of, shape their communities.
Amazing. I mean, obviously these designs are a little bit more intense than the IKEA ones that I'm used to. But why is upskilling or skill sharing important?
I mean, I think everyone kind of has a toolkit that they bring with them in their life, you know, built of their experiences and the things they learn. And so I think as we sort of add skills to people's sort of toolkit, they get to learn how to read plans with us. We'll teach them a little bit about how to, you know, take raw lumber and sort of turn it into a bench like this or a planter. And we're working with Nourish Nova Scotia to develop a sort of open source design system of benches and planters and the things that go on them. So folks will learn how to use that open source kit that we're developing with Nourish Nova Scotia.
Amazing. So how can people on a local level work towards making their communities better places?
I mean, I think it really starts by building some of those skills and getting that confidence and getting together with your neighbors. And so it takes more than just one person to kind of shape our communities and more than one experience. And so by coming together to build a bench or a planter, you know, it kind of, the system allows these things to sort of transform. And so it can be a bench and then it kind of fits together and it can kind of become a planter. And so by like coming together and while we build these things, we get to have a conversation about, you know, where do these things go? And what part of our neighborhoods need a planter or need a bench, and then that planter and bench becomes a place that people can come together and start thinking about, you know, what are those bigger problems? Because it's really hard to start solving the housing crisis or start solving these bigger problems, but if we can get together and build a bench, maybe that's like the first step.
Foundations, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. That was impressive that it just plops in like that.
Yeah, and so we'll start with a pile of wood, like raw lumber, and we'll teach everyone kind of everything from cutting it down, marking it, all the way through how to like read the plans and assemble it. And then later this year, we'll be releasing like the full open source kit that people can download off Nourish's website, Nourish Nova Scotia's website.
That's amazing. So what are you going to be doing with the festival and conference?
So at the festival, we're doing like a full day drop-in workshop at their event hub, right downtown, sort of Tatamagouche behind the rec center. Right. And so we'll be there from 10 to 6 all day Friday. People can drop in, they can get behind a tool, they can help us assemble, they can learn how to build. We're gonna build a few benches, a couple of planters, and then we're gonna try and figure out where we should put them in Tatamagouche. So look at a map, sort of talk about where things can go. And so people can join us at any point, at any time. The festival there's tickets available, but people can sort of drop in. There's free things to do too, and so everyone's kind of welcome.
Amazing. And so for more information and for people to know a little bit more, where can they go?
So they can go to localprosperity.ca and they'll see the whole program, and there's live music and there's all sorts of events. More information about like our system, they can follow us on Instagram at oso.plan or our website. But yeah, for the festival, they should head over to localprosperity.ca and get all the details.
Amazing. Yeah. We've also linked it to our website. Thank you so much for being here today.
Our pleasure. Yeah.
We're going to head over to Amanda for your look at health and medical news now.
Thank you so much, Brianne. 13 hospitals in Ontario are testing an artificial intelligence tool that predicts who is at risk of getting delirium. It's one of the topics in your health. Research shows 1 in 4 adults become delirious during a hospital admission, and that figure worsens to about 1 in 2 hospitalized patients 65 and older. Almost any medical condition can lead to this acute brain failure, which causes a patient to suddenly be confused or hallucinate or be aggressive or sleepy. Doctors in Ontario created an AI prediction calculator that suggests which patients to prioritize to try to prevent from getting delirium. Experts say up to 40% of delirium cases can be prevented with proper sleep, hydration, nutrition, and mobility. Finally, a few months after Artemis 2's lunar flyby, Canada's Joshua Kutrick is preparing for a mission to the International Space Station that could lead to medical breakthroughs. The 6-month mission includes Canadian-led studies on how space travel and microgravity can affect human health. According to Kutrick, the experiments could help develop treatments for heart disease or osteoporosis, as radiation and microgravity affect cardiovascular health and bone density. He says it can be efficient to conduct medical studies in space since the body ages faster in that environment. The crew will launch in mid-September.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. Please send them in. We love to celebrate your milestones with you.
We do love to celebrate your milestones with you, and I can't believe that no one has a milestone on August 5th, right? You know, August is a great month for milestones.
It is.
Personally, I believe. I do believe.
Right? Your birthday eve.
Exactly. All right. Well, we are making dreams come true, and heavy metal dreams are coming true for a 27-year-old patient at Bruyere Health.
Yes, but as CTV's Peter Sperling tells us, he didn't go to the concert. It came to him instead, and leaving a lasting impression on everyone involved.
It's music you typically wouldn't hear in a hospital. But when 27-year-old Bruyere Health patient Tim Berry asked to experience a heavy metal concert, Bruyere's health chaplain stepped in.
It's not unusual for us to think outside the box, but heavy metal was never on my playbook when I started here.
Tim, medically unable to go to a concert, so the concert came to him.
It was a beautiful thing.
Ottawa's Dominion Tavern putting everything together needed for the show, and for free.
We found a band, I found a lighting and sound technician, and I had all the equipment just right here waiting to go.
The lights, the sound, all the gear adding to a top performance.
Of course, a heavy metal band can get loud, so to be respectful of Tim's neighbors, the concert was held here in a hospital boardroom.
If you're going to do a heavy metal show, you got to give them the full 100%. You can't, dial it back. You got to take it to 11.
Canadian power metal band The Scepter going all out.
Instantly, I was honored, warmed my heart that they thought of us, and I told the guys right away, and everyone was immediately on board.
Everyone putting together the full experience, even a custom-made ticket.
We painted his nails black. He had his heavy metal t-shirt on. They rocked out for him.
An emotional moment and show for many in the room.
Yeah, a little bit. We were happy to have our sunglasses on.
I had nurses coming up to me after and hugging me and tearing up and saying, "I'm so glad Tim got to have this."
And a memorable and unique experience for everyone involved.
Tim was really blissed out by it, yeah.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Taking another look at our sunny and hot forecast for New Brunswick. Daytime high of 33 degrees today. Sunshine remains in the forecast on Thursday with a high of 31. And on Friday, 32 degrees for your daytime high, starting off with a mix of sun and cloud with a low chance of showers returning into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, holding on to sunshine and heat today with a high of 32. 31 on Thursday with lots of sunshine remaining. On Friday, ending off the work week with a high of 30. For Prince Edward Island, 30 degrees today with sunshine across the island. Mainly sunny skies on Thursday with a high yet again of 30. 29 degrees on Friday, ending off the work week with more sunshine. Time now is 7:55.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Wednesday, August 5th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the mother of a nonverbal boy in New Brunswick has found a creative way to communicate with her loved one. We'll have their story just ahead.
And should Should you sell it, repair it, appraise it, or redesign it? We'll ask our partners at English Jewelers about what to do with jewelry sitting in one of your top drawers. That's just ahead.
Good morning. It's just turning 8 o'clock. We're so happy that you can join us for part of your day. Start your day with us. I can't wait for that segment with English Jewelers, too, coming up in a few moments. Crystal recorded it before being on vacation. But it's true. I feel like everyone has, like, some jewelry, whether it's been passed down to you, that you just don't know what to do with because maybe it just doesn't work for you right now. I have
pieces that are broken and you're just kind of like, oh, I'll fix it one day, and then you never do.
And you never do. And then you think, what am I going to do? So,
yep.
Looking forward to hearing their advice.
A little bit of a repurposing.
Right?
Yes.
If you would.
And what are your options for repurposing?
Oh, yeah.
Too.
I know, I know a number of people pass down heirlooms, right? Like whether it's like rings that are too big from previous family members and turning them into necklaces or earrings, or, you know, if you, you know, you're going through a separation or whatever, then you want to change it into earrings. You know, like there's definitely lots of options. So yeah, that should be an exciting segment. Looking forward to it, but not as much as I'm looking forward to the weather today.
I know. And so it is heating up across the Maritime region under a heat warning over the next couple of days. So here's a live look at Fredericton. Starting off at 15 degrees, but don't worry, temperatures are expected to rise, getting up to 34 degrees into the afternoon for your daytime high. 20 degrees to start your day in both Charlottetown and Sydney, 19 in Halifax, cooler in Labrador City to start at 12, and 17 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out, though, today. The UV index is tracking very high across all 3 maritime provinces. Here's a look at that heat warning in place for much of the Maritime region from now until Friday. So sunshine in place for all 3 maritime provinces throughout the day today, with Newfoundland and Labrador seeing a bit of precipitation returning, a chance of showers and or drizzle for Newfoundland. In terms of our wind forecast, as of right now, 35 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 30 in Canso, 26 kilometers per hour in Sydney with 22 in Grand Etang. Wind gusts getting up to 41 this morning in Canso, 39 in Bathurst, and 28 in Charlottetown. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
And let's start with some good news for the wallet. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying less to fill up at the pumps in both Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas fell by 10.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.80.2. And diesel dropped by 9.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $2.29.8. The Nova Scotia Energy Board said yesterday the adjustment was needed due to a significant shift in the market price. In New Brunswick, gas fell by 7 cents a litre. The maximum price now $1.85.6. And diesel decreased by 6.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.38.4. Prices in PEI did not change overnight. WestJet won't say if its operations will be fully back to normal today. The airline's disruptions appear to be tapering off after a brief work stoppage by its flight attendants over the long weekend. WestJet has said a full return to normal operations will take time as the airline resumes flying and repositions its aircraft and crews. But as they work to get things up and running, some passengers say they feel left in the dark.
I'm traveling with 5 people, and being able to rebook has been a nightmare to get a hold of anyone from WestJet.
We received an email from WestJet saying that our flight was going to be canceled and that we should receive an itinerary within 2 hours, which we did not.
WestJet told CTV Atlantic in a statement they are resuming operations and entering the recovery phase following a labor disruption. Flights have begun to operate. However, the impacts of the disruption continue as the airline works to restore its network. The airline says people should check the status of their flight before heading to the airport. A Fredericton mother has found a permanent way to communicate with her nonverbal son through a tattoo. And a video of him using it has gained over 1 million likes online. CTV's Anna Mandan spoke to the mother and reports on why her tattoo means her son can now whisper.
See, by our car.
It may seem novel, but this keyboard tattoo is opening up a world of communication for Jessica Fletcher and her 11-year-old nonverbal son, Hunter.
When we remove communication barriers, we're giving non-speakers the chance to show us who they really are.
Hunter is autistic and until last month communicated almost entirely through a virtual communication device. But that all changed when the device died while they were at a restaurant.
I got a piece of paper and I wrote the alphabet, and he kind of got a little frustrated. He flipped it over and started writing the keyboard, and he fake typed on the keyboard to tell me what he wanted to eat.
Inspired by that interaction, she wanted to make sure he had that access everywhere, like at a splash pad where technology may not be suitable.
That sparked the idea for me that I can't limit him to technology because technology does fail us.
That decision is having a big impact. A video on her keyboard tattoo has gained over 1.5 million likes. She's now partnered with a local business to create shirts with keyboards on the sleeve.
Students at his school want shirts with it on the sleeve so he can talk to them on the playground and be able to whisper and tell secrets.
That's garnering positive feedback nationwide. Maddie Dever has autism, is the parent of 4 autistic young adults, and chairs the National Autism Network. Dever says alternative forms of communication are important for nonverbal people.
So many people, when they're given the avenue that works, oh my God, we find out how intelligent these kids are.
As for Hunter, his mom says the tattoo has another benefit.
He has the ability to talk to me in secret, which is very important for his autonomy as an individual.
Forming a permanent connection between mother and son. Anna Mandan, CTV News, Fredericton.
Oh, Hunter's voice. Oh, Jessica, thank you so much for sharing your story.
That's so sweet.
With us. Imagine how her and Hunter's story can help not people just here in Atlantic, Canada, Canadians worldwide, if she's getting that much attention online.
Absolutely.
For that story, and the fact that his classmates want the shirts too so they can also communicate with them. Ooh.
Yeah, those are the Wednesday feels that we needed for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for Anna Mandan for that story. When I say as if, what do you think of?
Clueless.
Yep.
Yeah, if you were a fan of the 1995 cult classic Clueless, you're not alone. A sequel series sees Alicia Silverstone return to her original role as Cher only 30 years later, where she is a successful business owner with a daughter of her own who is heading to high school. This will be on Paramount Plus, and navigating her daughter going to high school, well, yes, she is still clueless. That came out of nowhere. I can quote this entire movie.
I just can't wait to see the upgrade to the tech on her closet, you know? Picking out her outfits.
Yeah. That was wild time.
Oh, Brittany Murphy.
Do you know what? Yeah, R.I.P. But do you know what came up on my phone the other day when we did a Clueless interview last year, the three of us? There was someone in studio doing a Clueless interview, and I told you guys you had to dress up like Clueless. And we did. And it came up on my memories recently, and I was like,
I love that. A lot of tartan.
So
yes.
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Good times.
Gotta love it.
All right, we're going to have another break. Still ahead, it is going to be so hot today and hot later this week. Latavia has details on just how hot it's going to get in a moment. And also, too, I'll have a look at your national and international news headlines. So please stick around. We're going to take a live look now at Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Look at the sunshine. You can see the Cat Ferry there as well. We'll be right back with the forecast.
Sunshine to start your day over in Antigonish. Welcome back and happy Wednesday. The time now is 8:11. 22 degrees already in your area and going to continue to heat up into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins, Trusted Home Standby Generators. As of right now, it is 21 degrees in Halifax, 22 degrees in Charlottetown with 18 in Fredericton, 23 degrees in Bathurst, 14 starting off in Labrador City, and 19 now in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a heat warning in place for parts of all 3 maritime provinces from now until Friday. Keep this in mind when you are heading out. Make sure to stay hydrated. Practice sun safety as that humidity will factor in along with our daytime highs this afternoon. Sunshine for all 3 maritime provinces throughout the day today, even into the afternoon. For Newfoundland and Labrador, we do have precipitation in the forecast, looking at a chance of showers for parts of Labrador, and for Newfoundland, looking at showers and or drizzle throughout the day today. Increasing cloudiness this afternoon for the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud, though. Pretty warm lows for overnight tonight, and that will take us into early Thursday morning. Another hot, muggy, sunny day is ahead. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining light across Labrador. For Newfoundland, though, seeing only around 5 to 10 millimeters of accumulation. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, heating up right across the province, ranging from 26 degrees in St. John up to 34 in both Miramichi and Moncton. Wind gusts getting up to 40 this afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, also seeing a very sunny, hot day ahead. Daytime highs between 28 degrees in Surrey up to 31. Wind gusts getting up to 50. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, it's going to be quite a lovely beach day ahead. As of right now, we're looking at those daytime highs, tracking around 23 degrees in Shetticamp, up to 32 in New Glasgow. For the rest of Nova Scotia, also going to be quite hot today as those daytime highs heat up, ranging from 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in Halifax, as well as into Bridgewater. Wind gusts getting up to 40. It's going to be a hot day as well for Labrador City, getting up to 26 degrees today. A sunny start to your day with showers expected to move in this afternoon. 21 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at showers and or drizzle on and off throughout the day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Lloyd Robertson, the longest-serving news anchor in North America, who led CTV's national newscast for 35 years, passed away last night at the age of 92. CTV's Geneviève Beauchemin has more on his remarkable life and legacy.
So that's the kind of day it's been on this Thursday.
Along with that nightly sign-off,
hello,
Lloyd Robertson offered generations of viewers a connection to the world.
I'm Lloyd Robertson. We'll see how the world came to Canada.
His authoritative voice was a landmark of the Canadian broadcast landscape for over 6 decades.
I'm Lloyd Robertson, and I used to live here.
Robertson's early years in Stratford, Ontario, shaped his lifelong love of news. He recounted he was bitten by the broadcasting bug when he was a boy. He was watching local radio hosts at CJCS describe the Perth Regiment marching home from the Second World War.
This is Lloyd Robertson.
In high school, he got a job at CJCS. And it's also in high school that he met Nancy Barrett. She would become his wife in 1956 and mother of his 4 daughters. Robertson graduated, continued to spin records and read news until he knocked on CBC's door.
I was hired by the CBC. My voice got me through.
He moved to his first TV job in Winnipeg, going national a few months later on Christmas Day, 1956.
Who do you like, Charlotte?
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Robertson then worked in Ottawa before heading to Toronto.
We interrupt this program.
He said he fully understood his role in 1963 with the Kennedy assassination, marking the first big event where people tuned into TV rather than radio for breaking news.
I felt that I was now involved in something that really mattered to people. Television news.
Good evening. President Nixon's state visit to Ottawa.
Robertson worked his way to the CBC's flagship news show, The National. But eventually, he grew frustrated with his editorial role.
I was in the wrong union. I couldn't write. I couldn't edit. I could not participate in any way when I did a daily newscast.
Robertson is leaving the CBC after 22 years.
He signed on to CTV in 1976, co-anchoring with then-host Harvey Kirk.
Good evening. Lloyd Robertson joins us tonight for CTV News.
Bringing, says his longtime friend journalist Craig Oliver, instant credibility.
That's Lloyd's legacy. He took this news department and put it on the map.
The partnership lasted until 1984, when Kirk retired from the anchor desk and Robertson became senior news anchor.
To me, it was the equivalent of being knighted.
Throughout his career, Robertson often said he had the rare privilege of having a front row seat to history.
Here's our summary of Apollo 11's Space Odyssey.
Diana and Charles played their parts.
What is there left to say but thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody.
Tonight, face-to-face with...
When he retired from the anchor desk in 2011, it marked the end of an era, said then Prime Minister Stephen Harper.
You've been delivering the news since I was barely more than a boy. You've been doing it for so long and so authoritatively. you've almost become part of Canada's geography.
Welcome back to W5.
Robertson continued to work for CTV's W5 for a time and proved in 2018 that you can't take the news out of a news anchor.
And I was able to walk away from this. And it's a pretty bad accident, as accidents go, and of accidents I've covered over the years myself.
That's him reporting live on his own car accident.
Longtime anchor of CTV News, he has gained public trust for his integrity.
He received numerous recognitions, the Order of Canada, a Doctor of Laws from BC's Royal Roads University. A park was named after him.
I'm about to be yesterday's news.
He often said the greatest honor of his life was to chronicle the times, the events that marked Canada and the world for so long.
And that's the kind of day it's been. I'm Lloyd Robertson. For all of us here at CTV News, good night. It strikes me that if you find something you love to do, hi guys, and you are able to do it, that's about as good as it gets in life.
Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News.
Lloyd Robertson, what an icon. To other news of the morning, with summer vacation season in full swing, some companies as well as cities in the U.S. are trying to lure Canadians back. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth has more on what deals are being offered in the Big Apple.
Yeah. On a hot summer day,
ring off the rope without untying the knot.
The busy Halifax waterfront offers a snapshot of the tourism vibe in this province.
We're 29% ahead of passenger counts based on this time last year.
Tourism operators say business is on track for a record-breaking year, locally and nationally. According to Stats Canada, tourism revenue across the country has climbed almost 6% compared to the same time frame in 2025.
We're having increased Americans taking advantage of the American dollar. We're seeing Canadians stay home.
Donna Riani and her husband are visiting from Boston for the first time.
Well, obviously the U.S. is not a friendly neighbor anymore.
Given the recent tariff tensions between the two countries, Riani is here to see the sights and show support for her northern neighbors.
It's something I wanted to do. It's nice.
As Americans visit Canada, Canadians continue to travel within this country. Domestic tourism remains strong. David Martel from Quebec City was tempted to travel to the U.S., but he decided to stay in his home country.
For now, I'm going to support the local markets.
The trend of Canadians refusing to travel south of the border is taking a bite out of U.S. tourism. To attract more travelers, Porter Airlines is offering 20% off flights from Canadian cities to New York from August until December. New York is tossing in hotel discounts and cheaper tickets for Broadway shows.
And we're offering 30% off of 85 plus tourism attractions.
Martel says thanks, but no thanks.
Maybe in a couple of years.
He'll spend his vacation money in his home country as the tourism industry continues to surge from coast to coast. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Paul. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will head over to Truro to visit Inglis Jewelers and get an assessment on old jewelry that's just lying around in the drawer, what you can do with it now. That's coming up.
We are at Inglis Jewelers in Truro, and I'm joined today by Tracy Wells, and we're going to talk about something fun. You may have jewelry sitting in a drawer at home, and you're not sure whether you should sell it, repair it, have it redesigned, or even appraised. So, Tracy, we're going to help people make those decisions today.
Yes, we are. And it's something that we help customers with every day here at Inglis Jewelers. So I have 4 examples here, and I can show you the different options that are available.
Okay, perfect. Let's begin with this chain, which is actually very nice, but it's broken.
Yes. As you can see, it is a very nice yellow gold chain. So sometimes repairing a piece makes sense, and sometimes it's more valuable to sell for scrap gold. So for example, if you were to sell us this chain today, you would get approximately $250 in cash. Or if you chose the store credit option, you would get about $500 in Inglis Jewelers store credit.
Wow, there's a lot of value in this piece. And interesting that taking the cash versus the store credit, there's quite a difference there.
Yes, I will say most people do opt for the store credit option simply because they can put that money towards a new piece of jewelry, a repair, even an appraisal. Yeah. So a lot of people are surprised to learn just how much their old and unwanted gold just lying around in their jewelry box is worth.
Very interesting, and you could just pop in and chat with somebody at Inglis about that. All right, what's next? We have a ring.
So this, as you can see, is a well-loved engagement ring that's showing signs of wear. You know, the claws are worn down, the setting is broken, actually. So our goldsmiths on site can rebuild the worn areas, tighten the stones, and restore the rings so it can be worn safely again for years to come.
That's fantastic. Not a bad idea, actually, to pop in with these precious pieces and get them checked out every year.
Absolutely.
So that they may need repair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this piece is next.
Yes. So this is what I call a jewelry box ring. You know, there's nothing wrong with it per se. The owner just doesn't like the style anymore, and that's fine. Our styles change over time. But instead of letting it sit unused, we can redesign it into something completely new using the existing diamonds and gemstones in it. So it's a great way to keep the sentimental value while creating something that you'll actually wear.
I love that idea. A lot of times people receive jewelry as an inheritance or a gift, and they aren't going to wear it, but they could honor the person that gave it to them by creating something that it has a new story.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yes, I love it.
I love that. Okay, and then there's one more ring here. What's up with that one?
Yeah, so this is an inherited piece. So this is where an appraisal becomes important. Many inherited pieces are worth much more than people realize. So a professional appraisal provides the documentation needed for insurance purposes, and it helps ensure valuable jewelry is properly protected.
Okay, very interesting. Let's say you have some pieces here, and this is ringing some bells for people, but you're not exactly sure what you should do.
Yeah, so you don't need to know per se what you want to do with a piece before you come in. That's what our experts are here to do, to guide you through that process. You know, whether you should sell it, whether you should get it appraised, whether you should get it restored. So like I said, you don't need to have all the answers before you come in. That's what we're here for.
Leave it to the experts. I love that. Okay, and then finally, you've got some exciting events coming up in store.
We do. So throughout the month of August, we're going to be hosting Scrap Gold Days, Meet the Goldsmith Days, appraisal clinics. So that's very exciting for us. Also, with any sale of a repair, an appraisal, even a custom piece, you will earn a $25 Inglis Jewelers spend card to put toward your next purchase.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll put all the information about the Inglis website on ours so people can find out the dates and times of those events and even find out more about some of the options today that we learned about. Tracy, this has been really, really fun.
Yes, thank you, Crystal.
All right, so pop into any of Inglis's 4 locations or check out that website. And yeah, we'll be back again.
Still ahead, making music, artist Bethany Reed sits down with us to talk about her new EP. That and much more coming up in the last 30 minutes of the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 8:30, and things are getting hot.
Yeah, my hair is growing.
Right?
Second.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What's happening here? There we go. I swear.
It's the humidity.
The humidity.
Absolutely. It's going to get even muggier into the afternoon. Temperatures rising into the low to mid 30s for the Maritime region and extending in our forecast until the end of the work week.
So you're telling me not to wash my hair?
No.
Great.
Head to the beach.
Love it. I can do that.
You can get those natural beat waves on Lockport. Look, there's someone already walking there bright and early this morning.
I don't blame them, and they're smart to start early because it's not as hot as of yet. 18 degrees over there right now. And as you can see here, clear, sunny skies. That's going to be sticking around into the afternoon, but temperatures will be rising, and it's going to feel quite hot and muggy for our daytime highs. 21 degrees right now in Halifax, 22 in Charlottetown, 18 degrees starting off your day in both Fredericton and Happy Valley Goose Bay, 19 in St. John's, Newfoundland. So keep in mind sun safety. Make sure to stay hydrated. Take breaks from the sun if you need to. Our UV index is tracking very high across all 3 maritime provinces. And this heat warning is staying in effect for much of the Maritime region until Friday. So sunshine for the Maritimes today. Newfoundland and Labrador seeing a bit of precipitation in the forecast, looking at a chance of showers and or drizzle across Newfoundland. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit of a breezy afternoon. As of right now, 33 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 30 into Canso with 28 in Sydney, 24 into Grand Etang. Wind gusts getting up to 41 in Sydney with 39 in Canso, 30 in Bathurst. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
A Nova Scotia man wanted on a province-wide warrant was arrested in the woods in New Brunswick on Tuesday, thanks in part to some vigilant action from local residents. Police arrested Jared Wade Patriquin in Wood Point, New Brunswick, mid-morning. A warrant for his arrest had been issued in Nova Scotia last week. The 38-year-old is facing several charges, including sexual assault and assaulting a police officer. About a dozen local residents helped the RCMP.
I told him, give it up. It looks like you had enough. He was tired out. And I imagine he put in 3 pretty bad days around here with the mosquitoes and the heat. He wanted some water. I told him I'd give him some water if he stopped running.
Social media posts warned residents the suspect was on the loose in the area, and photos of a man were circulated online. Some are wondering why there wasn't an alert ready message sent by police. The New Brunswick RCMP tells CTV News the incident did not meet the criteria for an alert ready message. A stabbing in uptown St. John over the weekend has resulted in 2 attempted murder charges. St. John police say they responded to a report of a stabbing on King Street on Saturday night. Police say 2 men, a 27 and a 54-year-old, had stab wounds and were taken to hospital.
So a second call came in for a medical call in relation to 2 individuals at a residence on the east side. And when officers arrived at the residence, there was evidence there that linked to the initial call from King Street.
Both individuals from the east side were taken to hospital as well. 1 person remains in hospital in stable condition. Meantime, the 2 men who were taken to hospital from the uptown were later arrested and appeared in provincial court late Tuesday afternoon. Police say this is an isolated incident. An unscheduled price adjustment means you'll be paying less to fill up at the pumps in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick this morning. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, the Halifax area, gas fell by 10.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.80.2. And diesel dropped by 9.4 cents a litre. The minimum price now $2.29.8. The Nova Scotia Energy Board said yesterday the adjustment was needed due to a significant shift in the market price. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 7 cents a litre. The maximum price now $1.85.6. And diesel decreased by 6.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.38.4. Prices in PEI did not change overnight. Irving Shipbuilding is putting money into more welding and metal fabrication training in Nova Scotia. Company is giving NSCC $3.2 million to modernize and grow the school's capacity. 20 new welding booths will be created at the school's Akerley campus in Dartmouth, alongside new state-of-the-art metal fabricating gear.
It's always changing. There's new technologies that are coming with the River-class destroyers that are being built at Irving right now. And there will be even newer technology, very complex technology, with the submarines that are to arrive in the 2030s.
These purpose-built facilities, combined with the support and guidance all of you provide, give students the best possible opportunity to succeed as they learn and develop. Your work and these resources are building the future of Canada's marine industry, and I'm proud of the results delivered by Nova Scotia Community College through our long-term partnership.
The welding and metal fabrication shops will now be named after Irving Shipbuilding. The company is a major contractor for Canada's new warship fleet. Finally, residents and police in one Minnesota town, they woke up to a very soapy surprise the other day. What was likely meant as a prank has bubbled over into a police investigation as authorities search for whoever poured soap into this public fountain. Kids seem to enjoy it. A city plumber was called in to shut it off.
Oh my gosh, look at the soap go.
Oh no.
Bubbles everywhere.
Yeah, a little too many bubbles.
Oh boy.
Bubbles, 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 bubbles.
Would it smell fresh? That's for sure.
You know? I wonder what kind of soap they used.
Was it Dawn?
Dawn for the ducks.
Yeah, it could be, but oh boy, yeah, messy job. Who knew
job.
soap could be so messy?
Someone's kicking it in the air.
It's supposed to clean, not cause a disturbance, a ruckus.
A ruckus indeed.
All right, so calling all 2000s hip-hop and R&B lovers. If you missed Akon and Neo in Alberta, Ontario, and BC, don't you worry. You still have a chance to catch them in concert in Atlantic, Canada.
And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears.
Shout out to Neo. Love songs was my password to MSN Messenger when I was 15.
Back in my day.
Back in my day. Early bird tickets are sold out for this, but there are still time to get tickets to see the two coming September 26th. They will be part of the Magnetic World Music Festival, which will take place on the iconic outdoor stage at Citadel Hill.
Save your pennies.
Save your pennies.
Okay, but Akon, will he be singing his duet with Lonely Island? That's what I want to know.
Oh, there you go.
He might do it on his own.
Yeah.
Maybe. Be pretty cool if they brought some old SNL cast members out for that.
That would be great.
That would be epic.
So many good times. Good old SNL.
Yeah, yeah. Can't wait for them to return for a new season, too.
Exactly, exactly. So that's one of the things that's coming up a little bit later in our region. What else is happening in our region?
Well, we'll take a look at the community calendar. The Veterans Music Festival kicks off in Oromocto this weekend. On Saturday, August 8th from 1 to 9 p.m., you can head over to Hazen Park for a full day of live entertainment honoring military and RCMP veterans. Admission is free and donations will be collected in support of homeless shelters. You can head over to their Facebook event page to learn more. And Alberton will host the first ever firefighters obstacle course competition this week. On August 6th at 6:30 p.m., you can head over to the Alberton Exhibition Grounds to cheer on local firefighters who will face off to win money for their department.
Cool.
This sounds awesome. Yeah. And the Graves Island Show and Shine heads to Chester. You can come out and enjoy the 31st edition of the Classic Car Show on Saturday, August 8th from 8 a.m. until 3. Admission is free, and there will also be a 50/50 and canteen on site. Yeah, sounds great. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. You can send them to yourmorningatlantic@ctv.ca.
Wow, and if you are taking your car out, it sure is going to be shining in the sun today.
Yes.
Maybe have the convertible, the top down.
No, maybe put it up.
Maybe
That
put
sun
it up.
beating on you, I'm telling you, is not fun.
Touché.
Okay,
Fair point, well
too
made.
hot. Crank up the AC maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Too hot for the windows to be down.
But a good day for a car wash.
Yeah, it's true. Walk over to a show and shine, perhaps. The forecast is up next. Plus, speaking of music, we will chat with a musician ahead of her latest EP release. Our sit down with Bethany Reed is coming up in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:43, taking a live look at Cape Sable Island. Beautiful sunny start to your day. Currently 16 degrees, but temperatures heating up into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures already beginning to rise. As of right now, it is 21 degrees in Halifax. Heading outdoors in Charlottetown, it's 22. 18 degrees in Fredericton, a bit cooler in Labrador City at 14. 19 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a heat warning currently in place for much of the Maritime region from now until Friday. Factoring in that humidity could feel closer to 40 for parts of the region. So sunny skies remain in the forecast throughout the day today. A hot, muggy day ahead for the Maritime. So keep in mind sun safety, take breaks from the sunshine, as well as stay hydrated. We are going to see Newfoundland and Labrador seeing a bit of wet weather, a chance of showers for Labrador. For Newfoundland, looking at showers and or drizzle throughout the day today. Into the afternoon, increasing cloudiness brightness for the Tri-County area, but still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. Tonight, our lows will be warm, and that will take us into early Thursday morning. Another sunny, hot, muggy day is ahead, still remaining under that heat warning. For Newfoundland and Labrador, for precipitation total is going to remain quite light for Labrador. For Newfoundland, only seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters for Corner Brook and Gander. Heating up today in New Brunswick, ranging from 26 degrees in St. John up to 34 in Miramichi, as well as into Moncton. Wind gusts picking up into the afternoon, getting up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, also going to be a beautiful beach day ahead. Daytime highs ranging from 28 degrees in Surrey up to 31 in Summerside. Wind gusts getting up to 50. And for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, it's going to be quite hot today as well, ranging from 23 degrees in Cheticamp up to 32 in New Glasgow. Wind gusts getting up to 50. For the rest of Nova Scotia, same thing applies. Lots of sunshine throughout your day today. We are going to see highs between 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in both Halifax and Bridgewater. Labrador City, above seasonal daytime high of 26 degrees today. A sunny start to your day with showers moving in into the afternoon with 21 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at showers and or drizzle on and off throughout the day. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
Thanks, Latavia. Sounds like a good day to go to the beach, put on some of your favorite music, which brings us to our next guest. Bethany Reed is an incredible alternate pop artist based here in Halifax, who recently released her new EP, You Alone. And to celebrate, Bethany will be taking the stage at the Carlton this Friday to share her new music with fans. So we welcome the singer to the show this morning. Good morning, Bethany.
Hey, it's nice to be here.
Nice to have you here. All right, tell us about your debut EP and what you hope listeners take from it.
Yeah. So my EP is called You Alone, and it's kind of the answer to a question that I grappled with for a while, which is who's going to pick up the pieces when things go wrong? And you know, I, like a lot of people coming of age, have been through some pretty trying times, and I kind of felt some resentment around having to be responsible for making things better. And you know, eventually I realized that that's actually liberating, and you can choose what's next for you, and you don't have to be defined by your past. So I hope listeners feel seen and feel like they can really be an agent of their own lives.
We were talking a little bit before this, just on how long you've been working on this album. Is there a song that really is like your favorite?
It's so hard.
I know that's so hard to, it's such a hard question to ask.
Yeah,
but I mean, you know, I just need to know.
Well, all the songs on the record are so different. I mean, the song that I wrote first when I was like literally 18, like 6 years ago, Rich and Sad, is kind of a testament to the way that I felt at the time and all of the innocence of being a young person coming up. I'd say it's either that or one of my favorites that we just released, like it wasn't a previously released single, is called Voyeurism. Okay. And it's a very well produced by my partner Richard record, and I'm really, really in love with the themes and all the production around it. So yeah, that's definitely a favorite as well.
So there you go. You have two to put on Must Listen. You've gone from developing songs at home to opening for a rock band, July Talk, receiving Music Nova Scotia support, and releasing your EP. What does this moment mean to you?
It's really everything. Like it's been a long time coming, and every moment of work feels like it's really paying off now. I'm really grateful for Music Nova Scotia's support and showcase at Music Week. You know, they bring delegates from all over the world to see what Nova Scotian talent is made of. So it's really a blessing to be able to represent us. And yeah, I'm really excited to see where this leads.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Yeah. You mentioned Richard.
Yeah.
So Richard Fry, your partner, built in your home studio. What does that creative partnership look like for you?
It's great. I mean, Richard's so talented, and he challenges all of our ideas, and you know, we butt heads sometimes, and it's all in service of the art, and it's really been rewarding and transformative to be working with him on a project like this, and I'm really proud of what we were able to create together. We all of our production choices really try to serve the song and the lyrical content. So you know, we have everything from like a psychedelic rock track to alternative pop to singer-songwriter acoustic stuff, and it's like it's really got this through line of emotional storytelling, and it's been really, really a pleasure to work on it.
given all of those influences, who is your inspiration as a musician?
Well, everyone who knows me knows that one of my favorite artists in the whole world is Billie Eilish. I've been listening to her since I was a teenager, and it's been really cool to grow up with someone who kind of narrates the coming-of-age experience and makes all of these really cool and weird production choices. She's so incredible, and I take a lot of inspiration from her.
I feel it. I can definitely feel it from you.
Totally.
All right, quickly here, you're performing on Friday. Give us a little 10-second rundown of what that looks like.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of incredible artists sharing the stage with me. I grew up in theater, so I have a lot of emphasis on the experience of a performance, so I really plan to create an immersive experience that people are going to walk away from like moved and thinking that, wow, that was weird and amazing.
Amazing. Well, we love it, just like Billie. All right, we've linked that to our website. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Really a pleasure.
We'll take a quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic and be right back after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. Before we wrap up the show, we want to share your answers to the Move Morning Chat. We had so many wonderful responses today, some similarities as well. We were asking you, like, what is something that the kids today just could never understand?
Kids today could never.
Yeah, they could never cope with it. They would say absolutely not. Here's what you had to say. Let's start with Vince from Moncton. How about using index cards at the library?
That and the Dewey Decimal System.
Right?
Yes.
The kids are like, what is the Dewey Decimal System? We have another viewer text. Someone else mentions that as well, but that's true. You have to flip through the index cards.
Yeah, flip through the index cards. And then physically, like either like sign it out or stamp it out.
Good times.
Good time.
A little card?
Yep.
Exactly. You can see who else was borrowing it.
Yeah.
Carolyn from Truro, walking to school in a snowstorm. School wasn't canceled ever.
Yep.
If you could get there, you went.
Yeah. Exactly. They didn't close. Like schools didn't close. They were like, oh yeah, it's inclement weather, but like we're not closing our doors. Teachers will be here. Just because I used to have to walk to school. I never took a school bus, so I literally always went.
2 kilometers both
ways uphill.
Back then, you only had 1 pair of boots. Margie said, having 3 channels with an antenna was the limit, and no TV if the weather was bad. Also, a party line telephone.
Wow, throwing it back.
That's really throwing it back.
Way back.
Yeah, we used to be connected with cords, kids.
Oh my
Before
gosh,
the old Bluetooth.
I remember the long cords?
Yes.
And you twist them. Yeah. I wonder why it's not working as well. Well, it's all twisted. Going back to the snow, Anne says, I can't see today's kids walking 1.5 kilometers to the bus because the bus wouldn't come down their road due to ice. Yeah,
Fair.
nothing.
They would just be like, well, can't go to school today.
Yeah. Oh,
what am I supposed to do?
How am I supposed to survive?
Yeah. Janet says, speaking of phones, rotary phones, slowest and most horrid way to call someone. So Janet doesn't miss them. And then when you get to the last digit, you realize you dialed the wrong digit.
Oh, brutal.
And you got to start over. I can still hear the sound the phone made as the dial would roll back to 0. I can honestly say I'm glad to never have to make slow calls again.
I love it, though.
It was fun to play with, that's for sure.
It was.
Yeah. I remember my grandfather had one. Yeah, absolutely. So much fun.
Donna, back to the library, says, kids today would lose it if they had to go to a public library. You had to look up on the card files the book you wanted. Then you had to find the book with the Dewey Decimal System. Then hope it's the one you wanted.
Yep. And hope that no one had taken it out. Because sometimes, you know, they forgot to log that, and you're like, no, this is the book I needed. I needed my Mary Kate actually True Detectives book.
It's happened to a friend of mine. Chris from Dartmouth, old school struggle when you had to get out of your car to pull up the garage door to put your car in.
Story of my life, Chris.
Physically do that. Do you remember too, if you had a vehicle where you had to physically roll the windows down? There wasn't these like fancy buttons.
No.
I don't. My clicker doesn't work on my car to unlock it, so I literally have to manually unlock my car. So I feel that.
LJ, I remember calling the payphone in the park to see if any of my friends were there before I walked the half-kilometer myself.
That's fair.
Payphones. Don't even have those anymore, right? We make them into poetry phones now.
Right?
Very true.
You missed that. Brianne did that story about a poetry payphone on Waverly Road.
On Waverly Road. Yep. It's actually beautiful. A different poem every single day. So a new way to use a payphone.
Very true.
Listen, and in a day of cell phones and everything is on your phone, we appreciate that you are watching good old-fashioned cable.
Yeah.
Or maybe on Crave.
Yeah. Either way, we'll take it. So thank you for hanging out with us today because it's been a fun one.
Yeah, stay cool today.
Yeah, definitely. And you've made it midway through the week, so congratulations to you.